Squidglets, and welcome back. So today I will be discussing the Grand Autumn Dragon versus Loki Dragon debate. Because as you know, we've got Andy here, he's max level, but we still want to upgrade him to 8 stars eventually one day. But I've been getting so many questions from people going, Quacks, aren't you going to replace Andy with the Loki Dragon? Like, he's better than him, so obviously you're going to replace him, right? Well, yes, the Loki Dragon is basically an upgraded version of the Autumn Dragon in every way, because if you didn't know, the Loki Dragon is a Divine Plant and Shadow Dragon, whereas obviously Andy is basically the legendary version of him. And so if you want to know his actual stats, I mean, come on, the Loki Dragon looks cooler than the Autumn Dragon as well, right? Do you not think so? I actually do prefer the design of the Loki Dragon, but Loki himself, you can see from the stats here, has 244 health and 81 attack, whereas the Autumn Dragon has 242 health and 79 attack. So that's like 2 points of attack difference and 1 point or 2 points of health as well. But overall, that's only like 2 million attack or 2 billion attack and 2 billion health difference when you're level 100 max enchantment level. So the question really is it really worth upgrading a Loki Dragon all the way up to max level when it's only going to be like 2 billion difference at max level? I don't think so, because I don't know about you, but have you ever tried enchanting divines and legendaries to level 8? I mean, I can assure you, I'm still trying to do it for Andy right now. And even though we know that the Loki Dragon is a better version of Andy, same with quite a lot of other exceptions, like, you know, the Fall Dragon, the Pixie Dot Dragon, in terms of that scenario as well, even though there is a little bit more of a difference there, unless you're talking about the difference between, say, Andy or the Hermes Dragon and Freya, in which case that's a massive feels bad man. But the sake of like 2 points of attack difference for essentially almost the exact same dragon, I don't think it's really worth it. So all of you people out there going, you should replace Andy with Loki, I disagree. It's purely because the amount of time invested into having to do so is just so long-winded and painful. And we might do that for our Lantern Dragon eventually. I'm not decided quite yet, because obviously there are a lot of replacements coming out for dragons, and you never know, maybe we could replace our Lantern Dragon with the Odin Dragon. How does that sound? Does that sound intriguing? Because that sounds interesting enough to me. I just worry that, say we did decide to do that and ignored our Lantern Dragon from now onwards, and instead say we upgraded the Odin, what if there's a replacement for Odin then? Every single decision I'm trying to make is like, what the heck are we actually gonna do? But the same goes for anyone. If you already have dragons that are like fully enchanted, near max level, and a very slightly better replacement comes out, you're probably better off just not investing into it. Because again, you could use all of your resources on a completely different dragon altogether. And how would that sound? I think that sounds pretty good. Just being able to, you know, ignore the fact that you have a air quote suboptimal dragon and just use all of your resources on a third dragon. That's how I see it anyway. And you know, I've said this all along, that obviously, if you want the best team possible, you can only really think about it in terms of, like, everything being at max level, max enchantment in an even fight in the arena. So, where the AI isn't dumb, where you don't have access to training and stuff like that. When I talk about the best dragons in the game, air quotes, I'm always talking about it from that air quotes fairish scenario. And we all know in this game that because we do have training and clan powers and dragon fury, most dragons can do pretty much close to anything, bar maybe like commons, uncommons, and garbage tier dragons like them, because they will lose to dragons that are like 10 levels lower than them, because they just suck. But as soon as you start getting into, say, legendaries, divines, and really high attack epics, it becomes less of an issue. That doesn't mean that I don't want to strive for the best team that's out there, and obviously with more and more divines coming out, there's going to be more opportunity for that. But don't feel too pressurized to use the very, very, very best thing. Because if you do that, you're probably going to hold yourself back in terms of the game as a whole. Because what would happen if right now I decided, yep, I'm not using my Autumn Dragon anymore, I'm not going to upgrade our Hermes Dragon because there's a Freya replacement. Instead, I'm going to hoard everything and just save it for our Loki Dragon. What would happen then? To upgrade Loki, it'd probably take like 4 or 5 months at least. And in the meantime, we'd have no further progression on the map. We'd be wasting enchantment materials on a new dragon and not enchanting our old ones. So everything is relative to you as a player, is what I'm trying to say. For me, the Autumn versus Loki Dragon choice, Loki isn't worth it. If you don't have a dragon fully upgraded and fully enchanted, and basically you have a bunch of evenly leveled meh dragons, it might be worth it to you to actually invest in something like that. So, I hope that puts my thoughts out on this topic in particular. Because again, as soon as everyone heard about Loki, they were like, you're replacing Andy, right? I was like, where is this coming from? How much effort do you think it took to get Andy to the stage that he's at already? You actually want me to go ahead and replace him after we just recently got him to level 100? And our Hermes Dragon is 2 levels away from max level as well? How could you? How could you? But our Hermes Dragon, now that he is 2 levels away from Andy's level, by God, he gets stuff done. When we were trying to level him up for the part 1 of the castle event, I have to say some of the fights were very tough. But deciding to level him up, I think was the right decision at the end of the day. Because again, double plant is always very, very delicious. And plus, when you get Hermes to level 100, he is going to have his divine element that we can use if we need it. And plus he has wind as well, so we can start off by using wind, or we can start off by one-shotting something with plant. And I think that's the thing that I do like about our Hermes Dragon. He's the only one of our 3 mains that actually has a supportive attack in the form of wind. And even though 95% of the time we will default to just infecting everything, there are those very niche scenarios where using wind first is actually a lot better and will win you fights. And those little niche scenarios are the things that are going to keep your win streaks going in the arena. I remember I used to use wind all the time when we were doing the highest level arena fights, when all of our team was fully enchanted and fully leveled. Not that we can do that anymore, of course. But let's keep leveling you up, Joko. I have faith. No matter how bad that stinky Freya makes you feel, I love you. You know, we got you from the original Divine event. You were a staple. One of the new ones. So we will power on. Very disheartened, nonetheless, but we will power on with our inferior dragons across the board. Honestly, if we'd have gotten the Ra Dragon, I probably would have been very tempted to replace our Lantern. Purely because, well, Divines are easier to enchant than Legendaries are now. So, by the time we get our Lantern Dragon to level 100, level 8 star, we'd probably already have been able to fully upgrade a Ra Dragon and enchant it before we'd get Sani up there. But that's just what they've done to the drop rates for some reason. I don't know why. Like, where is the logic When divines are just better than legendaries, why would you make it easier to get divine materials than legendary ones? Like, they made divine materials easier to collect now, or with the 4.0 update. But if they were gonna do that, they should have made legendary a little bit easier to get as well. Because now it's just completely disproportionate. And I'm pretty much never getting legendary drops still. Remember how the last time I said that, I was like, it's been forever since I got legendary drops in the Enchantment League. Yeah, that's still ongoing as we speak. I still am yet to get some actual good drops. I don't know what's happening anymore. I've given up. Okay, not really, but I am close to it. Oh, there we go. We can almost get another extraordinary, and soon Joko will be enchantment level 5. So what I was saying was not a lie. Well, we are 2 away from enchanting Andy, as you can see here. And maybe it would be worth it. Maybe it would be worth it for the next set of stuff that we have, because we will be able to enchant him to level 5 as well. It's just, I've been so focused on getting Joko up for part 2 of the castle event, because I need them to be as close in level as we possibly can. But, oh well. Oh yeah, if you didn't see, by the way, we got pretty lucky with our breeding. I'm a happy girl. But anyway, that is everything that I wanted to go through for today. So, you know, continue on with your boss challenge, continue on with your Nordic missions, and I hope you get... What was I saying? Oh yeah, good luck with all of your divine chest drops as well. Actually, we got 1 ticket. Let's go. What do we get? Yay, a single piece for the Ratatosca. Fantastic. But, hope your luck's better than mine. Until next time, I'll see you then.